What's good, man? I'm back up in this joint, man, with another silly story, man. The second silly story of 2023, man. I'm not going to even tell you to hit that like button and that subscribe button, man. We already passed that, man. And as you can see, man, I'm finna get ready to put work in, man. But at the same time, guess what, though? I wanted to share something with y'all, man, that it's it was an experience that I saw, that I went through, that I know we all saw. But I want y'all to know that the shit is real. And what I mean by it's real is that the same shit happened in prison, happens in the street. But before I get into this right here, man, I want to goddamn it wish everybody, man, a good Black History Month, man. Know your history, man. And guess what, though? Reach one, teach one, man. And this silly story, man, is funny, but it's real. But before I get into it, man, let me power up and get me one, man, because I know somebody said, oh, OG Hollywood got that iron sitting up there, but he can't hit it. So let me go on and kill that right quick. Yeah, that's just like one, man. I'll take care of that later on, man. Let me try to get you this story, man. So check this out. We're going to go to the fields, man. You know, everybody didn't work in the field, man, but I was one of the motherfuckers that worked in the field, man. Rain, sleet, or snow, man. That line had to go, man, you know. And I was out there, right? Lead row to be exact, right? And we all know, man, that it be hot as a motherfucker in them fields, right? Whatever the weather is, that's what them fields is, right? And when I was there, man, we went two halves. It ain't like that shit now, where nobody go to work. When I was there, we went two halves. Stay with me now. Two halves. So you know if it's 100 and some outside with the heat index, it's gonna be 110. So that's way past 100. So anyway, man, I'm talking about, man, saying you'll be in them turn roads, man. That motherfucker looking like a genie. You feel me? You look like a genie down through there, man. All you can do is sit back, man, like a genie out of a bottle, man. You be like, God damn, it's hot out here, man. And when you the lead row, you know, they expect a lot out of you, man. In other words, man, and I ain't gonna be afraid to say this shit, man. In other words, you are the nigga that control the squad. Simple as that, man. You are the nigga that control the cuts, the squad, and all accounting, right? Simple as that, man. And that is just the only way you can look at it, man. If you ain't never been to prison, man, you'll never know how this field shit go, right? Some say, you was an Uncle Tom or whatever, right? That wasn't the case. That just means that, guess what? You was a stay down motherfucker, and they knew one thing, that if anything got out of line, you was able to take care of that, right? That's all that meant. That don't mean you was no motherfucking Uncle Tom, because they had lead roles in every squad that you was in. Whether it was the white squad, Mexican squad, it was a lead role in all them squads, man. And guess what? When I was in that bitch, it wasn't no all segregated squad, man. You know what I'm saying? It was all black squad, all white squad, and all Mexican squad. Later on in the game, they mixed that shit up, man, and it turned out all right, man. But I still seen a lot of motherfuckers that put on their ass, man, for disrespecting the lead row, man. You had the lead row, tail row, push lead, all that shit, man. It's the same shit that go on. But anyway, man, let me tell you the reason why I came across with this story right here, man. But before I do that, know this. I don't want no points off of somebody else's misfortune. Let's get that straight. But we all saw the shit that happened in Memphis, right? Where the guy lost his life, right? That's what made me tell this story. And the reason why because one of the officers that was involved in that incident had been a correction officer before, right? So what he did, he took them same antics to the motherfucking police force. And he spilled it on the ones that helped him kill this boy. It's the same shit that they do to you down there, right? So check this out, man. I ain't gonna be here long. I ain't gonna be here long. I just want to tell this story right quick, right? Like I said, you got some funny shit in it, but it's real, right? So check this out. So one day we in the field. It's hot as hell out here, like I said, right? And we hitting on it, you know? We hitting on it. For those that don't know what hitting on it, you got a motherfucking stick with a piece of steel on the end of it. Some say, you know, what they call out here is a garden, you know, tool, but we call that motherfucker a hoe. Yeah. And when you pass by that trailer, that's what they hand you. They hand you that motherfucking hoe. And you throw it over your shoulder like that. The lead row stand right there. Count them off. How many you get? Going on back in line, right? And you got the CO on the pony right behind you. So anyway, man, we out there, we hitting on it, man. We back hacking. What I mean by back hacking, you pulling the shit back, all this motherfucking grass back, man. You got about 20 human lawnmowers out there, man. And we hitting on it, man. We uphill, we downhill. We uphill, we downhill. Guess what? If your ass was overweight before you got down there, the next time your people see you, you're going to be slim and trim. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You're going to be slim and trim. So anyway, man, so like I said, we hitting on it. And it got so motherfucking hot out here, man. Guess what I did? I did what they thought I wasn't going to do, right? I laid it down on their ass. So I laid it down on their ass, right? And when I laid it down, man, this motherfucker was so furious because he never expected me to lay it down, right? Couldn't do it that day. I had to remember one thing, man, that I had a motherfucking life sentence. And I had to do 15 years before I came up. That's just to see anybody. So ain't no sense of me, goddamn me, trying to be no good boy. Nah, what happened, right? So I laid it down. So they had a black cage. We call it motherfucker steel Seville, right? They had a little branch on the top of it. And they said that was the shade tree, right? It was just some shit that a motherfucker made up because it wasn't no shade when you got in that bitch. You had to fade that black cage with that heat. And you ain't going in until the squad go in, right? Whatever you went in there for, you going in when the squad go in. Let me get another. I got to stay powered up to fuck with this shit, man. So anyway, we out there working. I laid it down, man. I go in the cave, long story short. They bring me in, right? Oh, this motherfucker hot. So we coming through the back dock. So we strip, you know, do the whole motherfucking dance, lift your nuts, spin around, spread them, all that old shit. You know what I'm saying? So they tell me to stand to the side. I stand to the side. So I stand to the side. Loud man, you know, Hollywood, you so fucked over me today. You fucked over me today, well, but I ain't trying to hear that shit. It's whatever you say, it's all good. Because one thing about that, if you get out of character, they're gonna beat your ass. There ain't nothing nobody can do about it. When I went down there, ain't shit getting reported, ain't no cameras on, none of that shit. They gonna smash your ass, you going to jail, and when people call, they gonna tell them you did something. And it won't even be what happened, but you're going to get your ass smashed. So anyway, building go in. And for laying it down, you got to go to the mayor's office. Now, if you ain't no regular, they just going to write your case and send you on. But if you're a regular, they're gonna make an example out of your ass, right? Because they say you made them look bad. Because in other words, you a convict, you know better than doing this shit. It's kind of like slavery days. When the head nigga run off, that's why they cut your foot off and they whoop your ass just to show the other motherfuckers this is what happened to you if you try to do what he did, right? In other words, I bucked the system. So what, man? Fuck that. So anyway, they take me in the office, talk major shit to me, right? All the shit went down, right? So they sent me back on the wall out there. So I'm like, damn, they ain't sent me to the house, man. What's fuck going on? I ain't saying I'm scared, but I'm getting nervous. Because I know the longer you stay on this wall, the more shit they talking about in that building, the more shit they talking about in that office, right? And I know what come with this shit because I done seen it happen too many times, right? So let me say this before I move any further, man. Fuck TDC, Ferguson, and all them units as a whole. Straight up. And shout out to anybody that's trying to make their way out of that motherfucker, man. I always know ain't shit enough, man. Ain't nothing worth staying in that bitch. No cigarettes, the women, none of that shit, man. It's all in the free, man. But I had a life sentence. Had to do 15 before I come up. Wind up doing 25. I had to do what I had to do, man. Whether it was in the field or inside the building, man. Fuck it. I wasn't dancing to nobody else's music but mine, right? So anyway, I'm on the wall. So now they take me back to the back dock, right? Back to the back dock. So now, never forget, lawman about this shout named Turner. Complex motherfucker, right? He gonna always fuck with the biggest motherfucker. Why? Because he got a short man complex, right? And he was missing the teeth on the side, right? So anyway, man, he all in my face. Hollywood, you sure disappointed me, you son of a bitch. You gonna lay it down in front of all them goddamn convicts out there and make me look bad. I don't say nothing. I gotta hold my composure because I already know what's come next if you go to tripping with them hoes, right? So anyway, keep in mind, y'all stay with me. I'm on the back dock. I can't run nowhere. I'm pent in. But when all this shit go to happen like this here, man, they surround you like that, man. And I ain't just going to sit up here and say it was all white laws. You had some black laws in there too. And they were the same kind of black laws that did that to that boy in Memphis. Same kind. And that's what's so crazy about it, right? Because when they get a part of that system, they get flipped. They no longer are black, but what they do is they fall under jurisdiction as being brainwashed with the make-believe power that they get from the white man, right? But we ain't gonna get into no black and white shit, man, because guess what? All white boys down there wasn't like that. And all blacks wasn't like that. It's just the motherfuckers that come down there and get transformed, right? Let's get another one on that one. Hey! I had to get one on that one, man, because I want y'all to know, man, it ain't about black and white, man. It's about right? Now, the funny part about this story here, man, is I'm on the back dock. I'm butt naked with nowhere to go. But in my mind, it said, run, nigga, run. So that's what I do. I streak out down the motherfucking hallway, right? Streak out down, one of them get in front of me. Boom, 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 boom. I shake it. Keep in mind, I ain't number 20-something at the time, right? So shit, I can run all day. But guess what? Fast horse don't run long. And not only that, you can't run nowhere. Because when you turn one corner, you got to turn another corner. When you turn this corner, you got to turn another corner, right? So I'm running down this motherfucker butt naked, right? Butt naked. You know, I'm like a streak at a football game. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, next thing you know, man, these hoes lock the gates on. Boom, boom, boom. All gates locked. And they not even running. They walking. All you hear is spurs behind me, right? So they finally corralled my ass, man. And I ain't doing I ain't in no compliance, right? I already know what I got coming. They finna smash me. So anyway, man, I'm on the ground. And they got my motherfucking hand all the way up to my goddamn neck right here, man. I'm talking about all the way up there, right? Like I'm this motherfucking circus man, like I'm limbo, right? So I'm hollering like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna sit up and play no game with you. I'm hollering. That shit hurt. 3 shots to the face, kicking me, everything, ribs, all that shit, man. I'm getting it all, man. So anyway, they finally handcuffed me, right? Finally handcuffed me. But when they handcuffed me, I'm thinking I'm coming goddamn from the cement to my feet. When I come up, they spin me like a helicopter in the air. And when I come down, face first, boom, right? Man, them motherfuckers opened my motherfucking eye up like a can of motherfucking beans, right? I couldn't see shit. My shit is closed, right? From up here all the way down here, right? I already know the motherfucking me procedure. Don't even worry about going to the infirmary, even though the infirmary was right there, right? They gonna bypass this motherfucker. And that's just what they do. They gonna bypass the infirmary, take you to do that 14-1. For all those that don't know, 14-1 is 15 days in solitary, right? And even though people kind of come down to the cement, they were telling him he can't get no visit. They ain't telling them what for or what they did, right? No, they ain't gonna do that. That's too much like right when I was in there, right? But now times has changed. They changed it now because they told me there ain't no more PhD. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's for the boys that's getting out to tell that story. I can only tell my story when it was real, right? So anyway, man, I'm in this bitch healing up, right? And this bitch healing up. Stay with me. Because this story resembles that other story of that boy that got killed, right? We all know that I was in the game on both ends of the field, hustling and females, right? They didn't do that to me by coincidence. A ranking officer put them on me. Didn't even know that he had no power in the field because he was a building officer. He was a building officer. It never crossed my mind that all these motherfuckers wear the same suit and they got the same power when it comes to certain situations, right? They just was waiting on me to fuck up. They had me, my back that is, as long as I was in compliance, right? But the minute I got out of compliance, there it went, in cahoots. Oh, who you got on the wall right? Oh, that's Hollywood. There go the whispers, the whispers, the whispers, the whispers. And guess what? It wasn't a white officer that put them on me. It was the same motherfucker with the same color skin I got, right? Didn't understand. I'm just a man in prison doing what I got to do to get to the next level, man. But anyway, man, that's another story, man. The reason why I'm telling this story, man, is because same shit happened in the streets, happened in there, man. And like I said, the only funny part about this shit is when I was streaking down that motherfucking hallway like a streaker at a football game. So I think back on that shit, man. I think back on that shit, man. It was tough out there, man. It was tough out there in the motherfucking fields and all that shit, man. Especially when they hit that motherfucker and say, boom, we sentence you to life. And next thing you know, you go from one spot to the next, right? I mean, the fastest ride of your motherfucking life is from your city to the country. Have y'all ever wondered why they build that shit so far off? They build it so far off, man, so a motherfucker can't come down there and see you. That's why they do that. And they can get away with a whole lot of shit, right? But like I say, man, it's real and it's raw. Let me hit one more for the boys that's still in there, man, they're trying to get to the land where I'm at, man. I need you boys to stay up, stay free, and I'm not going to tell you to hit no like button, no subscribe button, none of that shit. We passed that. Do as you please, man. Second story of 2023, man. Real and raw, man. The one and only OG Hollywood, man.